Good evening, friends. How we doing? Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Beth. Hey, Tribe. I like that, Beth. Hey, Mona, Kat, Jim. Good to see you too, Kat. Hey, Jay, what's happening, my man? Cold beer is the key. You were right. Nancy, good to see you. Chris Moss, welcome, my friend. Jimmy Cap, Dick, how you guys doing? We are, as they say, entering the dog days of summer. It's happening. Well, actually, maybe not yet. It's only July. I guess if you're in Texas, it feels like the dog days of summer already. It's been beautiful in Asheville here. It's been like real summer. Warm but good. Good stuff. Yeah, Jimmy, it's always the question always is whose dream are you living? As long as you're living your own, then it's good, I think. You know? So um yeah, I'm happy to be here. Yes, Dick. Like literally. Literally. It's balmy, to say the least. So we got we've had a couple weeks off here, which has been nice. We're getting ready to get real busy for pretty much the rest of the year. Pretty much right through Thanksgiving. We haven't announced all the dates yet, but I think you guys have seen most of the stuff probably through the middle of October. Yes, Peter. There you go, man. It is. Um, and really excited about the show that we announced last, I think, end of last week. I'm going to do a show with Todd Snyder and Hayes Carl. Kind of like a super band thing. We're still working out the details of exactly how the show is going to flow, but um, it should be really fun. It should be a fun night of music. We have worked with Hayes before in the past. We've done a couple tours with him. That's always really fun. He's a great collaborator. And Todd, well, that's good, Chris. I'm glad to hear that the table's sold out within an hour. There's not too many of them, but I think it's cool anyways. You know, Kat, I'm not sure if I did. I might have if I teased this show coming up. But yeah, I think Lukenbach's a perfect venue to kind of do this. Chris, I love it. You have all the deets, man. You're so informed. Glad someone is here. Jeez. Slacking off over here for sure. Yeah, Lukenbach's a great venue for that. I think it's so many different ways, sort of like paying homage to the great songwriting tradition of Texas, and having Todd, who really is an honorary Texan, and Hayes, who is a Texan, and the Heathens, who are certainly a product of the Austin, Texas music scene, all congregating out at Lukenbach to do the thing. It's gonna be a blast. I'm really excited about it, and yeah, super stoked. The stoke factor is high. Um, so yeah, we got that. We've got a lot of cool shows coming up. We're gonna have a busy end of the year, but it's great. That means people want to come see the band, and that's what we've been working really hard at doing for a long time. You know, so it's nice that it's happening this year. We're having a good time. Absolutely, Jimmy. In Lukenbach, Texas, everybody is somebody, which means everyone's welcome. Yeah, Beth, good move on your part there. Doing 1 month in Colorado in the summer is a good call. Yeah, Dave, stoked for Cleveland too. It's been a minute since we've been there, so I'm really excited about getting back there. That's a great venue too. Um, so what is what's everyone drinking tonight? What do we got? What's in the cups? And if we're not drinking, are we just chilling? And we having a little smoke? We just having a little bubbly water? Oh, hey, Carl. Yeah, that was funny. So Carl's asking. He's going to see Nikki Lane in a couple weeks. She's really great. She's a great songwriter out in Nashville. Has some great records. Um, he asks, I saw you playing in one of her videos. What was up with that? Well, I'm trying to think of how that came together. So at the time, I think she was dating Jonathan Tyler, who's a longtime, old time friend of ours, of mine. And I had known Nikki peripherally. We had done some shows together, and she's great. And they ended up filming a video in Asheville, and they needed someone to stand in for the bass player. So she was just like, "Hey, you're in Asheville, aren't you?" And I said, "I am." She said, "Hey, would you want to come and be in my video?" I said, "Sure, I would love to. It sounds like fun." So I went and I was in her video, and it was funny because I remember I had to bring my daughter with me because she it was kind of like after school before my wife was getting home from work, and so it was filmed at the Masonic Temple in Asheville, and it's a cool video. I'm trying to think. I can't remember the name of the song, what song it was for, but it was fun. It came out really good. It was really fun. Good one, man. Good catching the real deep nuggets there, Carl. I'm impressed, man, for sure. Um, yeah, so that's the story of they dressed me up in some kind of goofy stuff, and I played bass in the video and rocked it out. Um, it was good. It was a good time. Yeah, Jim Jonathan is great. He's a good pal too. He's a good guy. You got Mai Tais going, Scotch and gummies. Interesting. I like the Crown Coke and gummies. Okay, I like. We got a lot of gummies peoples here, huh? Old fashioned, bubbly water. I'm with you, Mona. Actually, I'm switched to just water at this point. Yeah, Kat. I'm glad to hear life is good there for sure. Um, Texas Keeper ciders. Interesting. Okay, very cool. Oh, that must be Gordy. Toki sidecar. Sounds like some kind of fancy drink. Sounds kind of bougie. What is it? What even is that? That sounds Japanese. Toki sidecar. Hmm. Unless someone else has entered the making comments on the Band of Heathens site that I'm not aware of. Russell's whiskey, Dave. Okay. High C fruit punch, man. AJ, I haven't had a high C in a long time. Well, it's good. Good selection of drinks, and I just because I'm gonna have to look this up now. Toki sidecar, what that is. I'm guessing that might just be a play. Oh, Tokyo sidecar. I think. I feel like that's what it maybe is supposed to be, and maybe it got spell corrected. I don't know. Band of Heathens, show yourself again if you dare, with your Toki sidecar. Maybe Greg. I mean, maybe Beth. You might be right. For surezies. Coke Slurpee and bourbon. Oh, it was Nikki Lane, cat. I'll have to look up the name of the song. So the Toki sidecar is a Tokyo sidecar. For those of you that don't know what a Tokyo sidecar is, it's 1.5 ounces of cognac, 3/4 ounce of orange liqueur, 3/4 ounce lemon juice, freshly squeezed garnish, orange twist. Interesting. That sounds sweet. Um, but wait, I'm just confused here. Well, maybe that's a whiskey drink. Because I'm getting two things here: Suntory whiskey Toki. Maybe that goes with I don't know. Toki highball. Man, I'm a rube when it comes to the cocktails. I don't know. I keep it pretty simple. That sounds fancy, but it sounds good. Toki sidecar. Up in the cocktail ante. Glad someone's taking time to have cocktail hour. For sure. Glad you guys all are. Yeah, Beth. Maybe. I don't know. That's part of the fun of making cocktails, though, too, is kind of putting the work into them. It's like another thing that will go unmentioned. It's, the act of getting to it is what's really fun. Once you drink, someone else drinking it, it's anticlimactic. The new pup is good, Dave. Thanks for asking. Pancho is his name. Um, he just had his last round of shots today, so he's good to go, ready to be out in the wild with all the rest of the beasts. Yeah, he's really sweet, very sweet boy. And it's I've had my hands full, but not in a bad way. Um, now, Angela, that'll be if we get another dog. We have another dog named Sunny right now, but if we get another dog down the line, maybe that dog would be Lefty. But I don't know. It's a good question. So many questions. So many answers to have to come up with. Um, Shots, huh, Joe? We're just really diving into it here tonight. Um, yeah, I mean, let's just get after it, man. Very cool, Fiona. We'll see you in a week or so here. Nice, Fran. That's cool. It's kind of tying things full circle, right? Angela, I think I'm going to stay off the Poncho and anything block in terms of writing a song about it. Unless the song's just Poncho Poncho. Um, that's going to be a tough one. Chris recognizes Fiona being present tonight. She has been world traveling. I've been in touch with Fiona a bunch, so I kind of know what's going on, but I'm sure everyone else is glad to see her here. She was in New Zealand for quite a while. And there it is. The invite for anyone that didn't see it go by. Fiona is letting everyone know that they're hosting a happy hour for us and our fans. That's all of us in here, I think. In Salida, Colorado on August the 3rd. I think that's going to be next Wednesday if I have my dates right. And y'all should join in if you're going to be at the show and coming around. So it'll be exciting to get a little hang time with everybody up in Colorado. It's gonna be nice to be there for sure. Good time. It's always a good time to be in Colorado, but this may be a better time than ever. Hey Susan, nice to see you. Um, I'm trying to think what's been going on. I was in Hey Talia, good to see you too. Yeah, Fiona, thanks for putting that on. That's really cool and really fun. It should be a great chance for everybody to get together and spend a little time with each other and hang out. Before the show, we're doing two nights at the Stoke Hall in Salida, new venue run by our friend Steve. So it should be fun. I think we're gonna have some pretty different shows and some kind of just special stuff. So should be a fun couple nights there. Looking forward to that. Um, Yeah, Beth, I was just going to dive into that. So I'll do that. Let me do that. I was going to tell you about what I've been doing the last week or so, but let's dive into that. So we've been talking about trying to do some different stuff for the Good Time Supper Clubs. We do the live ones, which I think everyone really enjoys the most when we're live streaming and playing when you guys are here and doing it all at the same time. That's a lot of fun, but it's hard to get everyone together all the time, especially since touring is really kind of ramped back up and we're super busy with that. But what we have here is we have a show that was recorded in May of 22. I think May 8th is the date exactly, which would have been like the third or fourth show that Clint and Nick did as the rhythm section of BOH. I actually watched most of it the other night, and it's really good. The filming's really nice. It sounds really good, I think, and I think it's just something a little different. Just kind of wanted to try something out on you guys, so you can let us know in the comments what you think of it. I think we've been trying to kind of always mix that up. Whether it's acoustic show with Gordy and me, or a acoustic band show, or all the different stuff from the finishing school. But we thought it would be nice to have something that was kind of originated outside of the finishing school as a little treat. So I think you're gonna dig it. This company called Mandolin, they filmed it, and I believe it was live streamed at the time when we did the show. So a couple of you might have actually even seen it. I don't even know, but yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy it. It's a good show. No, I don't think any live albums in the works, Fiona. I think like there's so much live content that we have between Patreon stuff, and we're gonna start resuming recording of the live shows and getting back into some of the bootlegging and stuff. I know we're long overdue in sharing some of those back catalog shows with y'all. I'm gonna try to dive into that here soon and get some of those shows up. But I think we've done a lot of live albums, quote unquote. I don't know. But to your point, Fiona, because it's a good question. I feel like maybe at some point in the future we might do some sort of archive. Maybe we do like we used to have these things called clams and jams, which were basically like we take, all the shows from a tour, Oh, Greg, good call. Someone busted you already. Greg, can you clarify the Toki sidecar? Because I wasn't sure if it was a spelling error or if it really is a Toki sidecar, and that's some Toki whiskey. There we go. Boom. He's stud. Right on it. Greg, Johnny on the spot. Um, you know, we should check that out, and see if there is a recording of it. A lot of times stuff gets recorded and it just doesn't get brought to our attention. But I guess from our end of things, with our sound guy Andrew, who's been out with us for the past few months, several months now, I guess now. Yeah, he's been with us for a bit. The new in-ear monitoring system that we have, which allows us to hear ourselves on stage. You might have noticed now we're all kind of wearing little earpieces and stuff now. We have the capability of recording the shows. So we need to start. There's a little back end work for Andrew to do, and Nick would probably be helping out with that as well. But I think we have the capability to start recording shows, which is really fun. Which we'll just have more stuff to share with you guys and to share with everybody. I love it. Yeah, and I agree, guys. The double down's awesome. What I will say about the double down, that's really the first iteration of the band. Plus, Trevor was playing with us at that point. I think 2011 was the first year he came out on the road with us full time. But the double down is awesome. I think it's a great document of the band with Colin Brooks and Seth Whitney and John Chipman playing drums. And that's the best the band ever was, I think. I mean, I think it was a great weekend. Everyone had a great time. It was super fun. And I think we caught the recording in a really good way. I think we initially were going to do like one, make a compilation of the best stuff and make one record out of it. But I mean, it was honestly, when we started sifting through it, the performances were so good and there was so much material that it was just like, man, we should just take like the best from each night. Because there weren't really a lot of there was just a lot of good stuff on there. And we didn't really have many repeats either, so I think we kind of wanted to share most of it. What's this going on here? Joe, Double Down was what got me into BOH. At least that should have known better on YouTube. Oh, okay, so that's right. There's a version of Should Have Known from the Double Down that's up on YouTube. That's right. Yeah, Mona, I think we'd like to start doing that again. I think I'm not sure that we'd go back to doing jump drives anymore because it's kind of crazy that we're pretty much like past that technology. I think what it probably would look like is we'd probably sell a download card at the merch table, like Brian would sell a download card, and probably the next day or hopefully within 48 hours you would get a link delivered to your email, a downloadable link with the show in it. Well, Angela, it's not only a record, there's a DVD with it too. There's a film component. Speaking of other things that have become obsolete and archaic, DVDs. We have a whole garage full of the Double Down because it kind of bridged that time of DVDs kind of going out of style. Oh, Jimmy, the cassettes are the shit, man. That's where it's at. I used to love listening to my tapes in the car. That was my life. That was my entire life. Driving around with my friends, playing tapes, bootlegs, all of them. Good times. I won't tell you all the other stuff we were doing in the car while we were listening to bootlegs, but yeah, that's right, Joe. Sometimes our friend Joshua, who used to be our old tour manager, I will point out yet another. If you ever read our Wikipedia page, just take it with a grain of salt because I don't know who got the stuff up there, but I haven't really figured out how we can get into it there to actually make it accurate. But Joshua, who used to be our tour manager, he comes out and records once in a while when we're doing Houston or he has time to do it. So yeah, that's right. Good call on the Houston show. That is true. All right, Fiona, good to see you. We will see you next week. For sure. Yeah. All right, Angela, let's get on it. Come on. No time like the present. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do, Mona. That's legit. That is legit. BOH cassette. I think we did one for Duende. I feel like that's the album we did tapes for. Not positive though. We might have done them for something else as well. Um, you got it, Joe. Make it happen, man. Yeah, Chris. Let's go 8-track, man. Where can we find an 8-track? I'm sure we got some real some thrift hunters in here that would find an 8-track player somewhere. Speaking of which, I got to get my record player hooked up again. It's been in a box for a while, and I was moving some stuff around in the house here. Got to get that hooked up and dialed in. It's pretty sweet. Way to go, Angela. Well done. I don't have one. I'm not sure I ever had an 8-track. My parents might have had one. I don't know though. I remember like cassettes for sure. A lot of cassettes. And we kind of switched over. That's super weird message there. We kind of switched over to CDs in the very early, I'd say in the mid 80s. I think the first CD I remember buying was Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen. But I remember before that we had like four CDs because they were like $20, which was a lot of money in like 1984. We had a Atlantic rhythm and blues compilation that was phenomenal. It was like 12 track thing. It was killer. It's like Sam and Dave and Otis Redding and Wilson Pickett and Joe Tex and Percy Sledge. Um, and we had something else. I can't remember. There was one other one too that we were just like listening to those constantly. Then I got Born in the USA. I remember that. Nice Dale. Yeah, and Born in the USA was definitely my first CD that I remember buying. It came in one of those long boxes, those long cardboard things. Um, but yeah, it was a good one. Huey Lewis, Nice Cat. That's a great band, by the way. They were kind of light. Everyone kind of looked at them as kind of the fun band, but that's a band of badass musicians, and Huey Lewis is a great front man. Yeah, that's awesome, Angela. Very cool connection. It's cool when the music connects us to family and friends that aren't with us anymore. Um, let's kind of is like a living legacy to them, which is very cool. So, like I said, we got a show from Nashville tonight. It's the guys, Clint and Nick's fourth show in the band. Um, it's it's cool. It's a good ride. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. Um, trying to think what else is going on here. I had a family trip up to Wisconsin last week with my wife's entire family. It was 14 of us staying in a lake house way up in northern Wisconsin. So that was really nice. Nice opportunity to get back together with everybody. Nice, Greg, chiming in with the fun facts. 1984 only had 5 number 1 albums. Yeah, absolutely. That was a huge album. Yeah, Mona. Rolling papers are good. They're good for guests. It's always good to be able to offer. I will say, Huey Lewis, that's a huge album, and then he went right from 4 being a huge record right into having like those 2 or 3 huge songs on the Back to the Future soundtrack, which was a massive, massive hit. I think that's 1985. I want to say, "Power of Love" was an enormous song. "Back in Time," also on the soundtrack, was a big hit. That should be like a whole show, is 80s soundtracks. That was like when the soundtrack really became preeminent, and artists started making a lot of money getting their songs in movies. Man, I would love to, Kat. I'd have to learn one though. I don't think I know one off the top of my head, but that's a great request. Yeah, I heard that, Joe. Yeah, he's kind of messed up. That's pretty strong. I mean, that's talk about ubiquitous albums. Greg is pointing out the number ones in 1984: Thriller, Born in the USA, Purple Rain, Footloose soundtrack, and Four by Huey Lewis. Yeah, Jimmy. I mean, Your Destiny. Yeah. Good quote there, Jimmy. Thanks, Dale. Appreciate that offer, man. As always, TBD based on our travel schedule, but I always love to be able to get together with folks if we can do that. I do know Brad Hauser, Angela. I played with Brad quite a bit. Back in the day, he was a regular fixture at Momo's, which is the club that the band of Heathens kind of came up in and cut their teeth in. He also played bass in a project that I was involved with later on called The Coveters, which was a bunch of other great Austin musicians. Warren Hood and Susanna Schoffel and Dan Dyer. Brad was the bass player in that band. Jeff Botta played drums, who also did a stint in the Heathens. Wayne Sutton played some guitar in that band. But Brad was amazing, and that's really, really sad to hear of his passing. But he was a beautiful guy, a beautiful musician. Yeah, he'll be missed for sure. Thanks for bringing that up. I wanted to just. You guys should check out Brad Hauser's work. He was the bass player in the original New Bohemians. Edie Brickell, um, of What I Am fame, and that record, Shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars, that first New Bohemians record is awesome. That's a great record, a great moment in time, great music, great songs. Brad played in a ton of stuff. Go check him out. He was really an amazing, unique musician, incredible saxophone player too, baritone sax player. Just like a real true. Brad was a true artist, man. He was a sweetheart of a guy. So yeah, it's a big loss. It's really sad. Um, I do remember playing with Adam Ezra now, Marilyn. That rings a bell. I don't remember where it was, but I do remember he was a really nice guy as well too. Yeah, Angela, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss too. Um, he's a great guy. He really was. Well, I'm gonna jump here because you guys are T minus 2 minutes and counting to the main event tonight, which is the Band of Heathens live in Nashville, Tennessee, May 8th, 2022, aka Clint Simmons and Nick Jay's fourth show ever in the band. We had played Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and Little Rock, and then we played Nashville on the Sunday night. And you know what they say? Never miss a Sunday show. Glad to never miss a chat with you guys. Great to be with you. And go jump on the other feed, and maybe Greg will continue to keep you company and say funny things. Maybe I will chime in and say hey too. Appreciate you guys. Love you all very much. And we will talk to you soon. Take care out there. Cheers.